Might seem daunting at first glance. The SK280's complex design. You might feel a bit unsure at first. Surprisingly, it's more beginner-friendly than the LK150. Many fashion schools worldwide use it for instruction, thanks to its simple yet efficient operation. Our tutorial series will have you mastering it in no time. The secret? Just dive in and practice. It's the quickest path to improvement. Share your creations in our community or tag me in your posts. I'll provide personalized feedback and can't wait to see what you create. Before we begin, make sure your SK280 knitting machine is set up correctly. If you're unsure about anything, check out our installation video guide. Let's start with lesson 1. We'll begin with a basic swatch to learn how the machine works. First, some basics about your SK280 machine. Use 2.5-3.5 mm yarn for smooth knitting and even stitches. Pre-wind yarn into cones or center pull balls before use. Now let's look at the machine head parts. This is the main density dial. Higher numbers mean the fabric gets looser. It requires thicker yarn. Main cam lever, O position for plain knitting. SJ position for lace patterns. Push to T for tuck stitches. Turn cam lever right to L. Open work position. Push to F for jacquard. Side cam lever, O for plain triangle. For patterns. Needle cam lever for partial knitting. Partial knitting, This is the relief lever for texture patterns. Set to O for plain knitting. This is the row counter. Reset to 0 before starting. Now let's demonstrate how to thread the machine. First, thread the yarn through the triangular guide. Secure the yarn in the spring clamp. Lower numbers on the clamp mean looser tension. Higher numbers mean tighter. When the yarn into feeder 1, press the spring and thread through its hole. Thread through feeder 2. Finally, secure the yarn. Threading complete. Next, select needles using the needle pusher. The needle pusher has 2 sections. One side pushes alternate needles. The other side pushes all needles. From gauge 0, push 1 needle to D on each side. Round rivets are lined up on the machine bed. Rivets are spaced every 10 needles. The sample needs 60 stitches, 30 per side. Push the left 30 needles to D, then the right 30. This gives you 60 needles. Use the main yarn with the wrap cast-on method. For this method, hold the loop with your index finger each time you wrap. Avoid pulling the yarn too tightly. Keep the loops slightly loose. Thread the yarn through feeder 1. This is feeder 1. Close its clamp, and next to it is feeder 2. Based on your main yarn's thickness, set the density to 9. Set the carriage main cam lever to O, cam lever to O. Set needle cam to OS. Relief lever to O. These are plain knit settings. Knit 1 row. Clip the yarn end, then attach the needle cone. Knit another row. Attach the weight with row counter at 2. After 10 rows, release the main yarn from feeder and secure it to the right side clamp. Now change yarns to create a stripe for measuring gauge. Load contrast yarn into feeder, secure it, and knit 2 rows. Strip complete. Remove contrast yarn and trim the end. Retach main yarn and reset row counter to 0. Knit 30 rows. Repeat this process. After 30 rows, prepare 2 waste yarn strands. Center on needle 0. Working both sides. Push the 21st needle to position D. And manually knit 1 stitch with a separate yarn. Push the carriage to knit 30 more rows. Repeat this process. After 60 rows, switch from the main yarn to the contrast yarn. Knit 2 more rows, then cut and secure the yarn. Switch back to the main yarn and knit 10 rows. After 10 rows, remove the main yarn. Next, bind off using the gate hook method. First, hook the yarn onto the gate hook outside the end needle. Push the end needle out to move the stitch behind the latch. Hook the needle with the transfer tool. Push the needle to position A. Catch the yarn behind the latch and knit 1 stitch. Push the second needle to retract the loop. Then hook it with the transfer tool. Push the needle to position I and repeat the first stitch. Knit another stitch and proceed. Repeat for each stitch until the last. Now all loops are on the gate hook. After the last stitch, thread the yarn through the loop and tighten. Finish knitting and remove the hammer and comb. Remove the fabric. The front is the knit side, the back is the purl side. Creating a test swatch is a crucial part of garment knitting. Before starting your project, you'll need to check your yarn's gauge to calculate measurements for each section. That's why we knit this test swatch. Let's measure the gauge using this swatch as our example. Grab your gauge ruler. Our swatch has colored lines at top and bottom, spanning 60 rows, with red markers on each side. Marking 40 stitches across. The gauge ruler's side measures stitch count. The reverse side shows row count R for measuring fabric rows. First, position the stitch count side between the fabric's red dots. Keep the stitch marked side to the left. Read stitch numbers right to left in ascending order. The right dot's first number shows horizontal gauge. "28 stitches /10 seam." Next, position the row count side between the colored lines. Keep the row count side at the top. Read the row numbers bottom to top in ascending order. The bottom line's first number shows vertical gauge. 35 rows /10 seam. This gives us the fabric gauge. 28 stitches / 35 rows per centimeter. If the carriage gets stuck on the needle bed, don't force it to prevent damage. Start by unscrewing the knob to take off the insertion plate. Push the carriage lock lever to the right. The carriage cover will lift, letting you slide it left or right. Press the carriage down to reset. Retouch the plate, tighten the knob, and continue knitting. That's all for this lesson. Make sure to finish your knitting sample after class. Upload your finished sample and tag our channel so I can see it. If you want to keep learning with us, send me a DM. Join our community to learn and share with others.